I'm Carol Bailey, and I'm one of the group exercise instructors here at the Marysville YMCA. And today we'll be doing a 45-minute strength class. We're going to show lots of modifications. You can feel free to take a break anytime during the class. I will be stopping for water break, but I encourage you to do what you can, and we'll do 2 sets of each exercises, 8 reps. If you can only do one, do what you can. So there'll be lots of options, and we're going to start off with our warm-up. So let's go ahead and rotate those shoulders back. We're going to engage that core. You're going to make sure that those heels are underneath those hips and that your knees have a slight bend. We're going to start with a march on the right lead. We're going to march, push, just moving those arms just a little bit, letting our body know that we're going to do something. Keep moving, push the heels down, lift those knees up. You got 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. Take that march wide, push down and wide. Now remember, any exercise we're doing here, especially with the warm-up, we can do seated or standing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Front and center. Push here, just see, moving those arms, moving those legs. 4, 3, 2, take it wide. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1 more time through, front and center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, take it wide, punch those arms, a little bit higher intensity, maybe right as we start to warm up. 4, 3, we're going to tap and push, lift, out, lift, out. Remember, if the arms confuse you, you can just take the arms out of the equation, right? You can add, maybe half range, push, tap, tight core, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heel, tap, bicep. Push those arms back, lift, heel, push, keep going. Should feel that heart increasing slightly. 4, 3, back to the tap, here, reach out, push, reach, extend. Keep it moving here. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bicep, tricep, heel, tap, push, lift, down. Keep it moving. Great job right here for 4, 3, 2, and you're going to press those toes back and push, back, chest, lifted, push, back, chest, lifted. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep the toes pushed back, just triceps, push back, here, push back, breathe, keep going for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great job. Let's come to that chair. Remember, you can do seated or standing. Left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to reach up, right heel, lift up and down, reach, pull. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel here and hip, biceps, pull. I like this. Great job. You can also do it seated, seated. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's come to the other side. You're going to bring that right foot forward, left foot back, reach and lift, heel and lift, reach, lift. Great job. 4 more. We're almost done with that warm up. 3, 2, heel lift, pelvic tilt, triceps. So the shoulders are low, triceps low, high elbows, pelvic tilt. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift those heels. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. You should be done with that warm up. You should make sure that those muscles feel nice and toasty warm. Go have a drink and then we'll start our workout. 4, 3, 2, 1, and kick. Reach, out, reach, out, reach, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, step out to your right. Squat right and left. There we go, right? Or just step out. Left, no arms as well. 3, 2, last time. Tap back, push. 8, 7, 6. Chest lifted, tight core, keep going, great job. 4, 3, 2. Keep the tap of triceps. Low shoulders, high elbows. Low shoulders, high elbows. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to move into that dynamic stretch, and what that means is that we're stretching, but we're moving while stretching. So a great option is to have a sturdy chair. You're going to bring that right foot forward, left foot back. If you're okay, you'll be just right here. I want to show you the good body alignment. So the head is lined up with the shoulders, hips, and heels. Both knees are slightly bent. You don't want to ever lock that knee out, either knee. You lift that heel up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. The next movement, we're in that lunge position. You're going to lift that hip underneath, heel. Hip underneath, heel. Shoulder stacked on top of those hips. 4, 3, 2. And then bring that back foot in just a little bit and tap that toe. Tap, tap, tap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Go in and out. Go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, and let's switch to the other side. This time, we're going to bring that left foot forward, right foot back. So remember, you're here, or good body alignment right here, and we're going to lift that back heel up. Heel. We're warming, making sure that calves are nice and warm. 6, 5, great job. Keep going. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Heel and pelvic tilt. Pull under. You're going to tuck and breathe. There you go. Tuck and breathe. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Go ahead and bring that back foot in so you feel really sturdy on that back leg. You're going to bring that heel forward and you're going to tap, 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 tap. 8. Any walkers out there, this is a great warm up if you're a walker to prevent shin splits. 3, 2, 1, and here. Go in and out. Make sure calves, your shin, nice and warm. So really helps prevent those shin splints that sometimes people get. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great job. So let's make sure that we're drinking some water. Since we are warmed up, you want to always make sure to bend those knees, keeping your head above your heart. And the exercise that I do standing, most of it I will do seated. I currently don't have any weights because some of you may or may not have weights at home. So a good option would be soup cans, filled up water bottles, any of those type of things. But I do want to show you that during this class, you can be very effective and use your muscles while just using your body and really thinking about the muscles, contracting the muscles that you're using. And so this will be a great option for everyone that they're involved. So when you're having a seat, it's really important that you're sitting correctly. So I have a backing of a chair. I'm not just going to lounge back here. I want to make sure that my sit bones are nice and balanced, right? And I also want to make sure that when I'm seated that my shoulders are lined up with my hips and that my heel is lined up with my knee, and then my knees are lined up with my hips. So we don't want to be hunched over like this. We want to be nice and tight. Great job. So some of of you that maybe struggle from standing to seated or seated to standing, if you need to, you can bring your feet out a little bit wider. That's going to give you a little bit more center of gravity to be able to sit to stand. If you're comfortable, you can be here. And then sometimes you want to bring your feet, your heels in a little bit back from your knees when you go to stand up. So what we're going to do is we're going to be in that seated position, and we're going to tighten that core. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to lean forward slightly and come all the way up. Great job. So anytime we're seated or standing, we're going to be really purposeful in that. So what we're going to do is we're going to be mindful of our shoulder. We're going to look, and then we're going to tighten that core, tighten all of those lower muscles, our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, and calves, and we're going to sit nice and steady down, right? Great job. Let's go up one more time, standing up, 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 tight, tight, tight. Breathe out, and then seated. So the great option for this is what you're going to do is you're just going to hold here, and we're going to extend out and back. So the rest of you, if you feel comfortable with doing a seated to stand or standing to seat, that's what I want you to do. Otherwise, you can stay right here with me. So we're extending that leg. You can see me from the side. Extend. And we're going to do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to come over to the other side. We're going to work that right leg. So extend, squeezing, make sure that chest stays nice and raised, breathing out. Anytime we're exerting effort, here, breathe out, and 4 more. Last 3. Great job, keep going. 2 more, squeeze, 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 breathe, breathe, breathe. Last 1, and let's switch. We're gonna do 2 sets of 8. So this is our second set, and we're gonna do 8 of these, which that means we have 7 more. Remember, the rest of you can go that sit to stand. You want to be really purposeful. Try it, even not during the class. If you're doing, just a normal seated to stand, is be really mindful of how you're seating and not just flopping down, right? We can always be in control. That core is nice and tight. Breathing out. We got 1 more. You should really feel it in those legs, maybe in your glutes, your buns, right? And let's switch that last 8. This is our second set on the right side. 7 more. 6. Great job. 5. So close. Feels so good, right? 4. So we're building muscle by doing this. We have no weights. We have no equipment. We're just sitting in a chair. Be very effective. Last 2. And last 1. Great job. So the next one is we're going to be working. You can do this. I'm going to show both options, seated or standing. Is we're going to go on the left side, and you're just going to slide that foot, lift that heel up and back down. Heel lift, that chest is still nice and lifted. We're exhaling on that work. And last one, and I'm going to show you what that looks like standing. So with that standing, I'm going to show you from the side view so you can make sure to see me. As I'm holding on something nice and steady, we're going to do the last 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's switch to the other side. Right here, nice and steady, tight core. We're on that stationary leg. Remember that knee is slightly bent. We're exhaling on that exertion. Right here. Great job. Remember that option seated is our last 4. 4, just lifting it up. Bringing that heel to your back side. Last 2. Last 1, and let's do that second set on the left side for 8. So we're doing 2 sets of 8 on each muscle group. Great job. Keep going. Squeeze. And breathe out. 3. Last 2. 2. Last 1. Let's finish out that other side. We're doing so good. 8. If you count with me, you're breathing during the right time. A little trick. 6. 5. You can also just slide it 4, especially if you have like a hardwood floor or vinyl, whatever other kind of slick versus carpet. Carpet might be even kind of interesting too as well. A little traction, so great job. Go ahead and just rock side to side, lifting those feet up, maybe lifting those toes, lifting, just kind of shaking those legs out. It's a great time to take a break when we do those exercises. We're gonna move on. and we're gonna work our buns, the glute squeeze. So I'm gonna show you standing and then seated, so you have lots of options. So again, I'm actually gonna move this kind of sideways like this, might be a better view. So my heels are underneath my hips, my shoulders are stacked on top, I'm pulling that belly button, my hands are nice and easy rested, my feet are about shoulder width apart, and I'm gonna start on that left side and we're just gonna squeeze and lift, and we're squeezing those buns. This is your glutes, you're squeezing your buns. 6, 5, the last 4 is seated, and we just sit, squeeze our buns, squeeze those buns, last 2, squeeze. Okay, let's go to the other side. So that right side, right, is squeeze and release. Breathe out and release. 6. Are you counting with me? 4 more. Sometimes I mix up on my counting, so you probably should count with me because I might put in a few extra reps. 2 and 1, and let's go back to that other side. So you can do it seated or standing. If we're seated, just remember we're good posture. We're really controlling that seat. We're squeezing and release. Squeeze and release. 5, last 4, 4, 3. You're kind of get a 2 for 1 on this one, right? Because you're squeezing both sides and not doing the left versus the right. 3 more, last 2, last 1. I'm going to do 4 on each side. That's up to you. So we're going to go 4. Knees are bent. Hips stay nice and centered, right? Square. We don't want to be twisting. We don't want to be opening up that hip. It stays nice and square. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Last 4 with me. Breathe out, right? Hip stays square. Squeeze those buns. Woo-hoo. Last 2. Great job. Okay, great time to have a drink of water. We want to be sure to just hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. We're going to take a break from the lower body and we're going to move to the upper body. You always want to work opposing muscles. So with the leg exercises we're doing, I promise we're going to hit all of the legs, including the buns. The upper body exercises, we're going to be working the shoulders. So this is the anterior deltoid, and then we're going to be working the posterior deltoid. The only thing that you need to know is we're going to work the front of our shoulders and the back of our shoulders. So remember we talked about that good posture, right, earlier in the class. The shoulders are lined up with those hips, knees lined up with those heels, so we feel really good balance. If you need a little bit sturdier balance, you can just bring those feet wide, depending on where your comfortability is. Do what works for you. Pulling that belly button nice and tight. We're going to drop that left arm up and we're going to lift no higher than our shoulders and come down. Lift and down, working that shoulder. So this is a great option for that soup can or water bottle. Some people even have ankle or wrist weights. That's a great option. Just working on that shoulder. 4, last 3, 3, breathing out. Last 2, last 1. All right, let's switch to that right side. So we're doing 8. This is our first set on our left or right side, sorry. 7. We always want to be slow and controlled. So a lot of times when people are lifting weights, they'll be lifting their weights and they're just kind of doing this, that quick movement, and that is using momentum. So you always want to go slow and steady and really figure out what muscle you're working and really concentrating on that muscle. Last 2. You'll have a way, way more effective workout, because I guarantee you when you're doing this exercise, we're going back to that left side, that you don't want to be wasting your time. You want to be working, and weight training is going to help you be able to keep functional with all of the activities that you like to do in your life. We have last 4. Remember to keep that chest lifted, right? And that core nice and tight, and we're breathing 4, 3, 2. Yes. Okay, we got 1 more. Great job. Tight, tight. Think about those shoulders. Let's finish it out on this side. And then we're going to move to that posterior deltoid, which is just the back of your shoulder. Keep going. We've got 6 more right here. Great job. Hope everybody's feeling okay at home. We have seen some people in-house, which has been very lovely. But, you know, it's totally acceptable to stay home, and we're happy to be bringing this video to you guys. Okay, great job. Now we're going to move to the posterior, the back part of the shoulder. So I'm going to turn from the side to show you. So right here, just extending back. Work on where your range of motion. Remember to see how my chest is still lifted, my shoulders are lined up with those hips. My core is nice and tight. I'm breathing out on the way up, and we have 4 more. Squeeze. And remember, if you feel like, oh, I've been sitting for too long, you can stand up, right? Just right here. 2 and 1. And let's switch to that other side. Right here, standing. I'm just showing you from the side so you can make sure that you always have that good body alignment. Squeeze and push back. Squeeze and push back. Work on your range of motion that works for you. 3 more. Push. Last 2. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to work our chest. So this is where, when we're doing that range of motion, maybe your range of motion is not as much as someone else, right? That's okay. So again, I'm being very purposeful with my seating. My sit bones are nice in alignment. I'm balanced. I'm not slumping to one side. I'm pulling in that core. That chest is raising. I'm bringing my arms up like a field goal, right? We're going to make sure that those shoulders stay low. So a lot of times people bring their shoulders up to their ears. We want to make sure that they stay in our back pocket. And we're going to squeeze the chest muscles together as far as you can come together. And we're going to squeeze. Really think purposely about those chest muscles. Right here. Squeeze and breathe out. Push. Great job. Keep going. Last 4. Doing great. We're almost done. 3, 2. And last one. Breathe out. Go ahead and shake it, right? We've been working the shoulders. We can take a little break. Move those shoulders around. Breathing. Great job. Hope everybody's doing okay. Remember, just because I'm not cueing it doesn't mean that you can't take a break and have some water. Let's move back up to those field goal movements again, working that chest, working on that range of motion, and we're going to squeeze and breathe out. 7, 6 more. Make sure that core stays nice and tight. You're doing so good. 3, I'm sure I can't see you, but I know that you're really trying your best, right? 2 and 1. And say that you can only do 1 set or even half of the 1 set. That's still more than that you were doing before. You will still see a benefit. So I really encourage you to do what you can and go through it and maybe watch the video, and then you'll see a progression, and you'll probably see the progression in your everyday life. So you have lots of options there. We are going to take a break and have a drink of water. We're about a quarter of the way through. So again, we're going to make sure that this is a full body workout, and make sure that you do all of it, just because again, we're working those opposing muscles, so we're balanced, because sometimes we're not balanced. Like our bicep muscles are bigger than our tricep muscles, so sometimes we do an extra set on the smaller muscles to ensure that we're balancing them out and we're not overcompensating. Okay, water break over. We're going to move back to those leg exercises. So again, we can do this standing or seated. I'll move from the side. We're restacking those shoulders. Remember, I'm going to just hone in on that body alignment. Super important. Pulling that core in nice and tight. My heels are lined up with my shoulders, and my knees are soft. They have a slight bend in them. And I'm going to put all of that weight, I'm going to turn here so you can kind of see. I'm going to have all of that weight on my left leg, and I'm going to extend that right leg out. Extend. Squeeze. So we're working that outer thigh. Lift. That's your hip abductor. Again, just fancy words for outer thigh. Tight core. 3. And really doing all of that balance. 2. And 1. Great job. We're going to switch to the other side. The great option to do this if you're doing this seated is you're going to just get yourself in good body alignment, and you're going to step out and back, out and back, out and back. Breathe out. 4 more. Great job. Keep it up. 3 more. Let's go. Squeeze. Last 2. Last 1. And then again, you can come back up, take it out to the side using that chair, or if you want to work on your balance, maybe it's fingers or no chair for 1 or 2. The range of motion is really up to you. Do what feels comfortable, and that you don't want to be leaning too far over. You want to really work on that range of motion, squeezing, working that outer thigh. Last two. Last one, and let's switch to the other side. Remember, if you're seated, you just step out to the side and you really focus on that core and not rolling that back. And you're going to keep breathing. We got 6 more. 5, great job. 4. Wow, I can really feel this. I'm sure you guys can too. 2. Last one. Great job. So the next exercise, since we worked our outer thighs, right, we want to be working our inner thighs. So this one we're gonna do seated. This is the easiest, so I'm being really purposeful when I'm seated, and I'm lining my body up, and I'm gonna place my hands on my thighs, and I'm just going to be squeezing, trying to push resistance. We're gonna hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Trying to push against that, and we're working those inner thighs. 3, 2, 1, and release. Breathe, hold, 3, 2, 1. So when I ask you to hold, you're pushing against that resistance, but you're still breathing. So 3, 2, 1. Ah, so good. Let's go again. Come on, breathing, but 3, 2, push, 1. You're kind of getting a 2 for 1, right? Doing that upper body and lower body and push against. Let's go 3. Great job. Release. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Tight core. If you're counting with me, you're breathing, right? 3, 2, 1. Last 2. 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to take a little break. We're going to shake those hands out. We're going to maybe heel tap. We're going to maybe swing from side to side. Make sure that do what's comfortable for you. We're rolling those shoulders back, kind of opening up that chest, right? Maybe bigger range of motion. Great job. So we're always trying to open our chest because most of us are just in this movement, right? We're always in this movement, whether driving, holding babies, grocery shopping. So we always want to really just try to pull those shoulders back and open that chest. Place those hands again. Let's finish those last 8. So we're going to push against it for 3, 2, 1, and let go. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. Great job. We got 6 more. Let's do it. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Push. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, push. 3, 2, 1, last 4, we got this. 3, 2, 1, 2 more, 3 more, 3 more, 3 more, 2 more. I don't know, let's do 3 just to be safe. You might have got an extra one in. 3, 2, 1, lots of numbers rolling in my head. And last time, 3, 2, 1, release it. Great job. So go ahead and stand up. You're going to heel tap. You're going to just move those muscles around. Shake those hands out. Maybe move your head from side to side. Heel tap wide. Just kind of moving those muscles around. Maybe a heel kick, a front kick. Just do those type of things that you can. So the next exercise we are going to finish with our lower body. We're going to do calf raises. All of these exercises that I'm doing is making sure that they're functional, right? They're going to help you in your everyday life, whether you're food shopping, caring for your grandchildren or your dogs or whatnot. So when I was going through the exercises, we always want to make sure that they're functional movement exercises. So this is a really great one. It's calf raises. So you can do this with a nice and steady chair. Your, again, shoulders, hips, heels lined up. Knees are slightly bent. We're never locking out our knees. And we're just going to lift those heels up. This is a great exercises. Like I said, anything we're doing standing up, we can do seated. We're squeezing, so you can probably see my calf muscles engaging. For 4, this is going to help you go up and down the stairs. 3, last 2, last 1. And then remember, we have that option. Let's do that right here is we're going to just have a seat, good body alignment, calf raises, squeezing those calf raises. Since we don't have the weight of our body, this still can be very effective by squeezing those calf muscles, right? Versus using our body weight. So you have lots of options. Squeeze and breathe out. We got 3 more. 3. Last 2. I guarantee you tomorrow your calves will probably be sore. So let's kick that out. You can stand and kick it out and then just kind of move those feet around. Move those feet around, that calf around. So definitely we're utilizing that. So we're going to finish off with our upper body. Great exercise to do seated and standing. We're gonna work our biceps. I'm gonna start on my left side, and again, thinking about where we wanna be, we're gonna contract, my bicep is engaged, and release. Contract, really tighten that bicep. Think about the muscle that we're working. 6, 5, 4. Great option for a soup can, water bottle. If you do have weights, you can do those. 2 more, 2, and 1. Great job, shake it out. Let's move to that right side, contract the bicep and release. Now, if you have weights in your arm, you wanna make sure, anything weighted, that you don't come too far up, because if I come too far up, that's too far, right here is too far, is then I'm just holding that weight and the muscle's not engaged. So you wanna be really mindful of that range of motion, that you want a full range of motion, but we don't wanna hold it up really nice all the way up, because then our elbow, we're just using our joint. Last one, breathe out. Great job. Let's go ahead and switch to the left side. Squeeze and release. Squeeze. You can be working your core, so we're getting a 2 for 1. I love the 2 for 1. We're really engaging that core and really squeeze when you're breathing out. 5 more. So good. You're doing so great. We're just moving right along. 4 more. I almost said 6 more. 3. Now, if I was in live, people would be telling me, Carol, that's too many. And I'd be like, oh, sorry, let's do a couple extra. And let's finish out that bicep right here. So we're doing 8 and release. 7, breathing out. Last 5, we're doing so good. Last 4, 3, last 2. So good. Great job. Go ahead and shake those arms out. Shake them. Move those shoulders back. Right? We're moving that backward movement. Now we're going to move to the tricep, right? Some people, they're like, oh, I want my wave arm to be nice and strong. That's that muscle right here. So I'm going to show you from the side. What we're going to do is we're going to lean forward slightly. You see I'm leaning forward slightly, but my sit bones are nice and balanced. I'm pulling that elbow back, but my shoulder stays low. I'm tightening my tricep and releasing. Tightening and releasing. Tightening and releasing. Tight and release. We got 4 more. Come on, work that tricep. 3, really tight. 2, and 1. And let's switch to the other side. So you're just gonna step, 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 out to the side. Again, I'm hinging with my hips. I'm not rolling forward. Low shoulder, high elbow. The higher the elbow, the more intense, especially when you have weights. And you want to just be looking straight ahead. I tend to look at the mirror, but then I'm twisting my neck. Be kind to your neck. Be mindful. You can just listen to my voice of lifting, tightening that tricep. We have 3 more. You know what to do at this point, so you don't have to watch me. Last one. Unless your neck's okay. If you want to turn, that's completely okay. And I'm just going to face forward. Low shoulder, high elbow. Push back. Push. Sometimes we'll do triceps and biceps at the same time, but to kind of stay in alignment with this class and just giving ourselves a little break, we're gonna alternate. That's what we're doing today, is alternating, just to give those triceps a break, and left side to right side. So we're moving to the right side, tricep, contract. 7, think about that good body alignment. You can always take a break if you need it, remember. 5, last 4, tighten on the way back that tricep. Last 3, last 2, last 1, great job. So usually when I stretch my tricep, I bring my hand over my shoulder and I pat myself on the shoulder. You should do the same, great job. And you're just gonna bring your other arm here. You don't have to be pressure. A lot of times if you go too far up, you can lift up a little higher. You just don't wanna push up because then it lifts the shoulders up. And then we're just gonna switch. We're gonna take that left hand, right arm underneath, and just give it a little push, and you can feel that tricep. And that way you're able to keep your neck in good body alignment, right? Go ahead and shake it down. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work that back, that upper back. So we're gonna bring our arms out. Our arms are lined up so we're not rolling forward. We're nice and tall. Engaging that core, and we're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades back and release. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and release. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and release. And release. And release. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Take a break. You can do a kind of a cat, cow. Roll forward, chin to your chest. And back, and let's do one more. Almost finished. I hope you've been enjoying class so far. And again, let's go. I'll turn sides so you can kind of see. Shoulders back, squeeze, and release. We got 6 more. We can do this. Last 4. 4. 3. 2. 1. Great job. And let's come to that cat and cow. Open up and expand. Track. Roll that back and shoulders. Bring that chin to your chest and up. You do your range of motion that works for you, right? And then we're going to do one more right here. Great job. Now, great time for a drink of water. The next thing that we're going to do, we just have 2 more, 3 more. We're going to work on balance, core, and obliques. Our obliques are on our side, our core is through here, and our core is also up here. It's not just down this area. And then we'll finish off with a stretch. So water is so good, I cannot tell you enough that it helps on soreness. It helps insulate your muscles and your brain. It makes you feel better, so make sure that you're drinking enough water, especially when you're working out, before, during, and after. So how we're going to work on that balance, if you need to be seated, I'll show you the seated and then standing. How we'll work on balance when we're seated is we're on those sit bones, right? We're nice and balanced, and we're putting those shoulders back in our back pockets, lined up with our hips. Our heels are lined up with our knees, and we're either in a wide stance or together stance. So we're going to start with a wide stance, and then we're just going to kind of lean off to the side. We're more on this sit bone, lifting up slightly, and then switching to the other side, right? The other option, the more advanced option, is to bring those heels in. We're leaning over, tight core, and breathe. And switch to the other side. Great job. More advanced is feet together, right? So then we're really off of balance. We want to make sure that you do stay upright, so you work within your range and what's comfortable for you. And then if we're doing standing, is we're going to just be lifting, extending. The more advanced is no arm, just the leg and hold. See how I kind of came off balance there? And then we'll switch to the other side. We're holding for 3, 2, 1, and down, reach. That core is nice and tight, and think about those muscles that you're working. So the stationary leg is nice and tight. Tighten that whole leg, tighten your core, and breathing out. And let's do 4 more. So you got 4 more. Great job. Let's go 3 more. We can do this. 3. Maybe there's a toe tap. Last 2. Last 1. And then this time we're going to lift that knee up, reaching that arm up, and we're trying to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, right here, 1. Lots of options, and switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's do it again. Right here. Yeah, you can do it. Come on. Maybe it's a tap. Maybe it's a tap. And then switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more so we can show it seated. Lifting, stretching, lengthening, core, legs are tight, tight, tight. That's what's going to help you, right? And then switch for the last one, the very last one. Great job. Okay, awesome job. I hope that you guys are feeling okay. Remember to keep drinking that water. Go ahead and stack those shoulders on top of those hips. Make sure that you're feeling nice and comfortable, but we're not lounging, we're staying upright. And we're gonna work on that core right now. So we're gonna pull that belly button into that spine, and then we're gonna tighten and release. Tighten and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now tighten hold, but keep breathing. Count with me for 8. Keep holding. 6. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that core. Great job. And let's contract and release. Go 8. Tight. 7. Tight. 6. I want you to think about one of your grandbabies, maybe one of your dogs or cat is going to jump on you and you have to contract really tight to kind of brace the jump. That's how tight I want your core to be. So squeeze, but you got to keep breathing, right? No holding that breath. 2, you got this. Come on, squeeze. And then let's take a deep breath in, fill up those abdominals. Exhale, pulling that belly button into your spine. You got it. Let's do one more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. Great job, and hold that core, but keep breathing. Count with me. 8, you can do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Take a deep breath in through that nose, fill up those abdominals, and exhale. Do it again. One more time, breathing. And exhale. And let's move on to those obliques. So you're gonna bring your feet a little bit forward if you can. You're gonna bring those arms out, shoulders are stacked on top of those hips. You can lean the hand in front or just move side to side, dropping the arm or leaving the arm, working the obliques. Another way that you can do this is standing. The difference with the standing one is that you see how just my upper body moves? We're not letting the lower body move at all. This area is our oblique, so that's what we're focusing on. Side to side, we're just sliding from side to side. A lot of S's in that. 4 more, great job. 3, 2, 1, and let's stay on this side for 8, 7, there you go, 6, 5, 4, 3, there you go. 2, 1, and switch. Last 8, we can do this. We're so close to being done. I can feel it. Come on. 6, 5, 4, there you go. 3, 2, 1. Great job. So we're going to move to the side and we're going to bring forward right here. So I'm hinging forward, my hips and heels are lined up, coming forward, and I want you to bring it to that cat-cow, so you're contracting and releasing, contracting and releasing. Work on that range of motion to where your body feels comfortable. Bringing that chin to your chest, but only to where you feel comfortable, and then raise that chest up. You're gonna face forward facing me. First of all, congratulate yourself. We're gonna finish strong though. We're gonna do that stretching. Stretching is very, very important as the full workout. So we're just gonna finish strong here. So we're gonna be standing or seated. You're gonna heels under hips. You're gonna take a deep breath in, looking up to where the range of motion is comfortable for you. Bring your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Deep breath in, looking up. And exhale, great job. And let's come back up to that seat, and we're gonna be really purposeful when we have a seat, right? Go ahead and have a seat. Balance out those sit bones. And we're gonna bring that heel forward, that right heel forward, and we're gonna hinge forward with the hips. So we'll be doing all of the stretches seated. But again, you can do these standing up. The closer we bring the chest, which we are squared off, we're not turned, to the thighs, the more stretch will feel. Sometimes you have to scooch to the edge of your chair, that we're stretching the hamstring, the back part of your leg. So good for you. We finished. We're right into that stretch. It's nice and steady on that breath. Make sure that your shoulders are low and that your head and neck is in alignment. You're going to raise that chest up. You're going to cross that leg over. If you can, you're going to slide it up and come behind that knee, dropping this knee down a little bit, and then lean just slightly forward, and you're going to feel that in your hip area, your lower back. So again, you have the option here or here, and you're just leaning forward very slightly. Great job. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. We're taking that left side, you're hinging forward. Remember, we're stretching that hamstring, the back part of our leg. And release that stretch up. You remember, you can always stay in these stretches longer or all the way up. I'm not sure I can do this. Dropping that knee down. I have a little injury that I'm nursing, so I'm just going to stay low right here. But remember, you can come up behind that knee just a little bit forward. It doesn't have to be very, very far at all. But we're going to take those feet nice and wide. Again, pull that chest up. Shoulders in the back pocket. They are low. They're away from our ears. We're going to place our hands on our thighs with our fingers coming down. We're going to push open those legs and hinge forward just slightly. Keep those shoulders nice and low. Great job. And come back up. Bring those heels underneath those hips and those knees. Make sure they line up with the knees. We're going to bring that left arm up, reaching the shoulders nice and low. And then we're going to have the palm face the center of the room, leaning over slightly. Remember to keep that sit bone down, so don't lean up like this. Keep it pushed down. And then switch. Left arm up, palm facing the center of the room, and leaning. We're getting all of the sides of muscles. And then we're going to reach both of those arms up. Reach, reach, reach. Shoulders in the back pocket. Move those fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Bring those arms to a goal post, just like we did with the chest press. Opening up that chest, nice and steady, and then bringing those arms down just very slightly. So we're stretching that chest muscles. We're going to bring those arms out to the side, palms up, and keep the shoulders nice and low. And then we're going to turn our chin towards our right shoulder. We're going to turn our chin towards the left shoulder. Great job. And then front and center, we're going to bring those palms down and we're going to wiggle, 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 shake, 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 shake. And then we're going to press those arms out like this, push all the way back, and then flex the wrists. And this will be stretching your biceps. Right here, nice and easy. And then cross over that right hand, scoop the left arm up, and just keep it nice and low. We're stretching the tricep. Remember, steady on that breath, in and out. And then switch. Right arm underneath, low shoulders, chest lifted. Great job. Now, stretching our calves. You can do it seated if you're in this movement here. Sometimes that's a little uncomfortable because you're half off of the seat. You can do, we're stretching that calf into a lunge stretch. You're just going to push that right foot back, lined up here, shoulders in the back pocket. If you notice that my arms are not locked out, they're slightly bent. My head, shoulders, hips, and heels are in alignment. And then I'm going to come all the way to the standing position. And I'm going to bring that heel into my back side. Remember, you can do this seated. If I can grab a hold of it with this side or that side, I can. Otherwise, I can just hold it here. Stretching our quad. We've already stretched our hamstring. And then you're going to switch sides. You're going to push that left foot back. Lean into that stretch. You'll really feel it into your calf. Make sure that that knee is underneath that heel. And then you're going to lift that chest up, slide that toe in. You can stay here, or if you can, you're going to lift that heel into your backside, stretching your quad stretch. And release it down. And then come front and center. You can have a seat or standing, and we're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale. One more time. Great job. Deep breath in. Palms and fingers, hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed our workout today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take good care.